Imagine losing your phone, your map, your flashlight, your grocery store, your doctor, your home, all at once. Most people would panic. Ancient humans woke up like that every day, and somehow they survived. Not for weeks, not for months, for thousands of generations. Which raises a strange question. Were ancient humans actually stronger than us, or have we simply forgotten what strength looks like? Because when most people imagine ancient humans, they picture something primitive, something unfinished, a rough draft of us. But that's a mistake. Ancient humans weren't failed versions of modern humans. They were specialists, built by a world that demanded far more than ours does today. Think about your average day. You wake up, check your phone, scroll for a while, sit in a car, sit at a desk, sit on a couch, then go to sleep. For most of human history, that lifestyle would have been impossible. Movement wasn't exercise. It wasn't a hobby. It wasn't something you scheduled. It was survival. Every calorie mattered. Every decision mattered. And every mistake carried consequences. Food wasn't guaranteed. Water wasn't guaranteed. Safety wasn't guaranteed. Tomorrow wasn't guaranteed. Every day demanded something from you, and over thousands of generations, humans adapted. Not into superheroes, into survivors. Take endurance. Most people think strength means muscle. Big arms, broad shoulders, lifting heavy things, looking powerful. But ancient humans depended on something different. The ability to keep going, hour after hour, mile after mile. Scientists believe some hunting strategies involved pursuing animals until they collapsed from exhaustion. Imagine that. Not sprinting, not for minutes. For hours. Across heat, across rough terrain, across uncertainty. The animal runs, then rests, runs again, then rests again. But humans keep moving, slowly, relentlessly, until eventually the animal can't continue. Your ancestors were capable of that. And strangely, so are you. The human body is one of the greatest endurance machines ever created. Not because we're the fastest, because we can keep moving long after many animals need to stop. And here's the part most people don't realize. A modern marathon is 42 kilometers. For many people, finishing one is a lifetime achievement. Some hunter-gatherers could cover distances like that repeatedly. Not for a medal, not for fitness, not for personal growth, because dinner depended on it, because survival depended on it. Imagine waking up knowing that if you stopped moving, you might not eat. Suddenly endurance stops looking impressive and starts looking necessary. But here's the first surprise. Endurance wasn't their greatest advantage. In fact, it might not even make the top 3. Because the real strengths ancient humans developed weren't visible. You couldn't measure them in a gym or see them in a mirror. They lived inside the mind. And that's where things get interesting. Ancient humans paid attention. Really paid attention. Imagine walking through a forest. Every sound matters. Every shadow matters. Every footprint matters. Miss the wrong clue, and your family might not eat. Miss another, and you might become the meal. Observation wasn't a useful skill. It was survival. A broken branch, a disturbed patch of dirt, a footprint in mud, a distant sound, a change in the wind. Small details mattered. Ancient humans carried the map inside their heads. The landscape wasn't background scenery. It was information. Their awareness had to be extraordinary. Because distraction had consequences. Imagine hearing a rustle in the bushes. Today, it's probably nothing. 50,000 years ago, it might have been the difference between life and death, which means ancient humans trained abilities most of us rarely use. Observation, memory, awareness, patience, not in classrooms, but in reality itself. And here's something even stranger. Ancient humans remembered astonishing amounts of information. Not because they had better brains, because they had no backup. No phones, no notes, no search engines. If you forgot where water was, forgetting could be fatal. If you forgot migration routes, people suffered. If you forgot where danger waited, the consequences were real. Memory wasn't optional, it was infrastructure. And then there was pain. Modern life teaches us to avoid discomfort. Ancient life didn't offer that option. Cold nights, long walks, empty stomachs, bad weather, injuries, failure. Discomfort wasn't unusual, it was normal. That doesn't mean they enjoyed suffering. It means they learned how to function despite it. And that's an important difference. Because resilience isn't the absence of difficulty. It's the ability to keep moving through it. Today, many of us experience discomfort and immediately search for relief. Ancient humans often didn't have that luxury. They had to adapt again and again and again. We often imagine ancient humans exercising, training, building strength. But that's not what happened. Reality trained them. Every day presented a challenge. Every challenge demanded adaptation. Every adaptation made them stronger. They didn't choose discomfort. Discomfort chose them. And over time, that shaped extraordinary humans. Every person alive today is the descendant of survivors. Survivors of droughts, survivors of winters, survivors of predators, adapted to impossible conditions. And somehow, their story became our story. The strongest thing ancient humans left behind wasn't a tool, or a weapon, or a civilization. It was proof. Proof that human beings are far more adaptable than they realize, far more resilient than they realize, far more capable than they realize. The question isn't whether ancient humans were stronger than us. The question is, if those abilities still exist inside us, what might happen if we started using them again?